So what I have noticed is when I let God have something, that a sense of calm and a sense of I'm okay comes over me. This is what I've noticed. So today I had an interview at my job for a different position, a position that will be kind of an extension of what I do already. So instead of being the one doing the action, I'll be the one auditing or checking for quality. But that's beside the point of this video. What I had said since the summer is I wanted to have a full-time position in this job, meaning, when a position comes up that I would try to apply for it and then hopefully get it so that I could become full-time and get all the full-time benefits. This position, I'll say, came up and it is a full-time position, and they were opening it up to the people who are in my department now. So I decided, okay, let me go ahead and apply. They had like a whole, job posting where you had to submit your resume and just your interest in why you wanted to, change positions or whatever. So I had thought to myself, okay, I need to update my resume because I never included this job that I'm doing now on my resume. So let me go and update it. So I updated the resume and I had it on a flash drive. So I updated it on the flash drive. When I was done, I saved it twice. I saved it on the flash drive as a Word doc, and then I saved it again as a PDF. And then I was like, okay, let me go back and look at it, and then I'm going to, email it to myself or put it on my regular desktop. I don't know why I didn't do that at the beginning, but I didn't do that at the beginning. So I spent like a half an hour trying to find the resume that I had updated. I went through every single file. I went through, and I had lots of files. I had folders, pictures, all of it. So I had to go through everything. Or at least I thought I went through everything, and I could not find it. I was just like so frustrated that I had to say to myself, okay, I guess I'm not supposed to apply for this job. So what I did was I closed my laptop and I took my flash drive out, put it away. I didn't want to get angry because normally I would get really angry and I'd slam. So I was like, I'm working on myself. I'm working on myself. I don't want to, slam my laptop down and all that stuff. But I was upset. I thought because I couldn't find that resume that I had just updated and made into a PDF and all the things, because I couldn't find it, I thought that was God saying to me, like, no, don't apply for this position. So I was just like, I was upset because I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is a full-time position and this is what I've been asking or what I've been wanting since the summer. Fast forward 2 days later, I was like, okay, let me go look for this position. Let me go look for this resume again, and this time I'm gonna take each file and each folder, each file, and I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna comb through it. I'm gonna make sure I open everything just to check to see what I did with this resume. So I did that, and I was able to find it. It took maybe about 20 minutes or half an hour in from looking at every single document, every single folder that I have on this flash drive. I finally found it. I made sure that I was able to take it off of the flash drive and put it onto my laptop desktop. So I was able to do that, and I was just like, okay. So now that I've found it, does this mean that God wants me to apply to it? So I still had to come up with it wasn't like a cover letter, but I still needed to, I wanted to make sure that I expressed myself very well about why I wanted to apply for this position. So that took a while. I submitted my information, and then like maybe a day or two later, they got in the person who was interviewing got in contact with me and set up an arrangement to have the interview. I do want to say that when I submitted my resume, I did it with a sense of like, okay, I did my part. Now God, I'm leaving it up to you to do your part. If they're gonna even, think that the work that I do in my current position is good enough to be considered for this new position. And like I said, they ended up calling and setting up an appointment. We went through the interview, and I literally just finished the interview like an hour or so ago. And the way I went into it, which is something that I've never really done, but I just prayed. I just said to God, I was like, you know what? If you want me to be in this position, then okay. If you don't want me to be in this position, then okay. And I've never done that before. But I did leave it to him. I was like, however it goes, I was like, if you do want me to be in this position, please let my answers flow from me as easily as possible. And having gone through that interview, I will say, I mean, there were awkward moments. I am kind of awkward. I'm, an introvert, so there's some awkwardness there. But overall, I think that it went well. But regardless of whether I think it went well, it's the feeling that I've done what I think I was supposed to do. I applied and I had the interview, and I did my part. And like I said, I'm leaving it up to God. So for me, I went into it like, whether there's awkward moments or not, if you want me to have this job, then you will make sure that I get the job. It took so much pressure off of me because I didn't have to get nervous about saying the right thing, or spend so much time on trying to come up, with an answer. I could speak from, my heart. And that's what I did. And I think whatever happens, I think I will be okay with it. Whether I get the position and I'm able to move up, or whether this was a seed for something else that I'm supposed to do in this job. And I think this is the least stressed I have ever been about a job position ever. And I think it has a lot to do, or I know that it has to do with the fact that I put in my work, and now I'm releasing it to God, and whatever He decides is whatever He decides. I will continue to show up in my current position and steward this position well, so that perhaps whatever position comes up in the future, that will be the one for me. I say all this to say, for anyone who is going through something like this, whether it is a job interview or just something that you are not sure of the answer or what direction you should go, or even if you should even try. I think for me, like, just trying to pay attention to like the signs or the things that were happening, knowing what it took to get to this point, and knowing that had nothing to do with me, that was all God. And then really trying to hear the next step, and then just releasing it, to me takes off so much pressure. And I'm hoping that I will be able to do this in other parts of my life, just release or relinquish that control or those thoughts of, whether you are good enough, or whether, this is the right step for you, the right move, whatever the case may be. I think, releasing that will make you feel so much better about your part in it, the part that you play in it, that you'll just have, some peace about whatever the outcome And that's what I feel right now. I have peace about it because I know that it's really in God's hands. So anyway, I hope maybe that encouraged somebody. I hope it did. I mean, it's encouraging to me to know that, you know, I can literally feel that way and think that way, and then things will just feel better within me for doing that and taking that pressure off. So I'm hoping that it will help you as well. So thank you for watching. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know when the next video will be posted or has been posted, and I will see you next time.